I'm alive. I'm alive. Guys, what's happening? What's up? Welcome back. Bear down. Here we are. We're alive. So I know a lot of you have mentioned a few things, wondered where I've been. I'm going to say this. It's nice to take a break for a minute. So I have two little girls. They got out of school. I had graduations. I have my older boys graduated. Cousins graduated. I'm uncle to graduates, and we've been traveling all over the place. So good time to get back into it. I will probably be a little less than I was, guys. I was running ragged. I was going crazy. This is not my full-time job, so I still juggle the insurance. I got my kids, got everything else, and I just want to say, not necessarily apologize, but I appreciate you guys tuning into this, being a part of this. It's fun for me, but I did need to take a little step back. And with that, there's a lot of focus on June that just happened. I do want to promote this, and I hope it's not weird or awkward for anyone, but June used to be, and it still is, but it's kind of overshadowed by something else in June now. But June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. And there's been points in my life where I've had to focus on that. And I think in the day and age where we live now in society, you have to focus on that a little bit more than we used to when I was growing up. I'm in my 40s, and it's just where society is with constant social media, with where things stand, and with technology. I've lost a career before. I've been divorced. I've had many things happen where life gets overwhelming. I have seen a therapist, I've seen a counselor, and I'm not ashamed of that. And I just want to promote, if anybody struggles with anything, June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. We saw that John Brinkus committed suicide, sports science guy from ESPN. He was late 40s, early 50s, and it's tragedy, and it's sad, and it's bad. I find time to take for just me, to dedicate to myself, to take care of myself. I posted that on Twitter, and one of you guys said you're going on a trip for 5 days for that reason, and I totally support, encourage that. So I was going ragged before the draft, and when the draft happened, I got sick is what happened, and then I kind of naturally had to scale back a little bit. But I'm going to find a balance. We're going to do a couple of videos a week. But one thing, I just don't get into this part of the season like other people do, like other content creators, like other social media guys. They love to speculate and think we're going to get Nick Chubb or Trey Hendrickson. Like, I like when it's possible, when it's feasible, when it's doable, to say, okay, this could happen. There's a rumor behind it. Let's explore this. But I showed you guys the salary cap on the last video. It ain't happening. So this period for me, and I'll take me and make me really small so we can see Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson right there got in front of the media today. This is the first day of official, actual mandatory camp. And from all reports, everybody was there. I'm going to take me off the screen, but here's the schedule for you guys to see. Minicamp underway, and I love this part of the season because it's actually here. So there's rookie minicamp, OTAs, mandatory minicamp. We're right here. Then OTAs next week, mid-July. Then they get a break from June 11th for the next month. There's a break, so nothing happens. They're off for the month. This is the last break they get. Then mid-July, the rookies report, and sometimes they report the same day as the vets. Usually there's a couple-day break there for the rookies to be able to get a couple extra focus of attention as their rookies come into the league. Then we get into actual camp, where they're there getting ready for preseason week 1 from mid to end July to August 10th, where we face the Dolphins, then the Bills the next week, then the Chiefs on Friday Night Football. Both of these are night games. And then week 1, that's going to be here before we know it in September. So it's wild that we're already here, that we're already at this point of the season. But I did have to take a little bit of a break before all this gets going and gets running down. But from all reports, I'm just going to quick summarize. This is a way to get back into it. I just want to tell you guys I'm excited for the Bears. Ben Johnson was very positive about DJ Moore and Cole Kmet, which is funny because that's two of the players that everybody was like, we got to trade him now. We got to get rid of him. We got to. This offense is going to be fun. And I am working on a video I've been working on for a while. I got to quit doing the deep analytical stuff because it just takes too much time. I'm working something about the defense. I'm worried about the defense. I am. But this offense has been built to be a 30-point-a-game offense. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind this offense is going to be beautiful. Is it going to be beautiful week 1? Who knows? I don't know. They're very cautious about those things. It does take time for teams to gel. Those first 4 weeks are going to be crucial, though, for this team to establish right off the bat, because that's really a good way to break into the season. I am going to do a prediction video. We'll get into all that. I'm going to try to do 2 or 3 videos a week as we break back into this thing and get going. But he was very high. My big takeaway from today's press conference is Ben Johnson is very high on both DJ Moore and Cole Kmet. Now, that's not the highlight of everything. A lot of people ask questions about left tackle, and those things will sort themselves out. I'm not worried about that. I don't think the Bears are adding any more players. I am concerned. Dio Dangbo last year was a rotational backup defensive end, and he's our starter now. And then we have Austin Booker, and then what? Dominique Robinson. I mean, it is concerning, but our salary cap is spent. So we put heavy focus and emphasis on this offensive line, number one, which is great. We got to. The Bears haven't done that for years and years and years. And look where it's put us. And then we've put a heavy focus on our first 2 draft picks were weapons for Caleb. So we want him to succeed. We want him to be that 30-point-a-game team. That's what for the first time ever, the Bears are going to be built as an offense. The defense, I like our secondary. I'm worried about our long-term safeties. We don't have any signed past this year. We'll let those things. That my mentality is this point of year, you let it work. We've put the work in. You've done the draft. You've done free agency. You've done all that stuff. Now we put the work in, and he's talked about that. He's talked about Dan Rochar working with the offensive line, with Karan Amagachi, with Ozzie Trapillo, sorry. And Braxton will be back, hopefully early into when they report back in June. He's going to have to take some time to work his way back up. I doubt you'll see a ton of him in the preseason, but he could very well be ready for week 1. We'll end up seeing what happens there. But this time of the season for me is that it's just let these guys get to work. Let the new coaching staff get to work. They've done what they're going to do. And now we just have to hope the coaching staff is the big thing that gels. And I'm going to break it down in my future video about the defensive line, because the defensive line was one of the worst in the NFL, but we didn't allow that many. They stopped when it was important. They stopped them on the goal line. They stopped. So is that really bad players? I mean, Montez Sweat's obviously really good. Dio Dangbo, they saw enough to pay him $16 million a year. Austin Booker was always developmental, and he looks bigger. I'm waiting to see reports on his size, because I do think he's around 250 plus now. That's my personal opinion. Shamar Turner, was that the right pick? I mean, should we have taken Kenny Grant and then maybe instead of Colston Loveland, Terrence Ferguson later? I don't know. Those are things, they're behind us now. So we've already drafted this team. We're set. We're ready to go. We let them get to work. So new era is underway in Chicago. Minicamp's underway. I'm just excited to be back and be part of it. I'm not going to break everything down from today because it is what it is, and we still have a long ways to go. I am going to break down my thoughts and analysis on the team, on where how we compare from the past, where we are now. I'll get into that very soon. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. I will be back to it a little bit more now, 2 to 3 times a week. It's been once a week lately, so I know I've been very sparse, so I apologize, but I do appreciate you guys' patience with me as I balance things in my own personal life and as we get back into Bears football. We'll have a month where we're not having much going on, so we'll try to have some fun with the roster and figure some things out, but then when we get back in July, that's when things ramp back up again, and we get the preseason. We'll be at a full bore all the time again. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Here's a quick run through. I put this together. I always have this available. Sorry, moved the wrong thing. So here's a quick look through of the team. As you're looking at that, there's the 90-man roster. It's actually 91 men. There's your backfield, your quarterbacks, running backs. I'm not even going to stop it. You guys want to pause it? You can. There's your offensive line. He did talk about today. Ben Johnson talked about how there's 7, 8, 9 guys that need to be available and need to be solid for the season. So, and everyone was there today. All 91 guys were there. Some of them not healthy, not ready to participate, but all 91 guys were there. So that's good. People talking about holdouts of the second round picks. There's not holdouts. It's just contracts. It's not even worth mentioning. These things happen every year. So not even worried about any of that. None of that's a concern to me. This is going to be fine. There's your receivers and tight ends, and man, this room is stacked. It's going to be interesting to see which ones make the roster, if Tyler Scott even makes this roster. And right now, I doubt it. Defensive line, this is my most concerning area of the Bears team. When you got Dominique Robinson backing up Montez Sweat and Austin Booker and Dio Dangbo and Montez Sweat are your main 3, it leaves me a little room to concern, and I think that's valid. Your interior is improved with Grady Jarrett right off the bat. he and Jervon Dexter should be the 1-2 for 70% of snaps, I would assume. Linebackers, nickelback. Ruben Hippolyte still needs to prove himself to me, but I might need to move Daniel Hardy to the screen, and that might be what happens. We'll see as we get through camp. I'll update you guys on that, but they talked about Daniel Hardy dropping back into coverage, being more of an outside linebacker. We'll see what they end up doing with that. There's your corners and your safeties. And like I said, I'm just worried about the safeties long term. All four of those primary guys right here, all four of these guys are done with their contracts after this year. We'll probably re-sign at least one or two of them. Where does that move us leading forward to the future? We'll just have to wait and see. There's your special teams. So, again, appreciate you guys tuning in. Till next time, the Bears and bear down.